Today is December 17th.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah. Welcome to the Unlocking the Magic podcast live. Hold on. Let me adjust the camera here. There we are. Welcome on YouTube or on Facebook. How you doing, everybody? How you doing? How you going?
Got multiple cameras lined up here.
I think this was a bad idea doing multiple cameras.
Because I never know where to look. But welcome to the show. It gets better. I promise.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Thank you for joining us. If you're watching the replay, leave a comment.
Go check out the podcast. This is where we do most of our content over on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Pandora now. You guys go check that out. Unlockingthemagic.com for that. Go get your Team Tonga t-shirts for Christmas time. If you're watching the replay, join Team Tonga and you go get those before.
That's a fantastic plug.
That was a good plug.
I really liked that. That's like the salesy side of Bruce I never really get to see.
Yeah, well, Christmas is coming up. You got to get your Team Tonga shirts going there.
Should I buy you another one? Maybe like a blue?
Yes.
They look good in blue.
They do look good. They look good in orange, red, blue. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
All of the above.
I'm the only weirdo that all I want for Christmas is Halloween. So
if
you're like me, order your Team Talks Too Much t-shirts because they're a spoof on the Haunted Mansion.
If you're joining us live for the first time, let us know where you're listening from and say hello in the comments, and we'll start to say hello to everybody. Now, Fran is here. Kelly says, hey, Bruce and Connie. Liz, Sydney, Andre. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, Andre. David from Ontario. Hello, everybody. And I'd love to say hello to everybody. Good morning from Australia. I love seeing those Australian folks join us here on the podcast.
Wow.
On the podcast live. Today, we're going to go over a little Disney news, little show recaps from the last couple episodes of the show. It's been a couple weeks since we went live.
Yep.
So there's been a little bit going on. Not too much going on in the Disney universe other than Christmas and the holidays.
I don't know. I feel like there's enough going on to talk about tonight and like rumors. There was actually something that happened that I saw today in the Orlando Sentinel.
Which was what? A Sentinel?
Whatever. Anyway.
Orlando Sentinel?
Yeah. Some interesting news.
Cindy just got back from Disney World, and Shane is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where it's probably pretty warm compared to here.
Yes.
Not too warm.
I always wanted to go down to Fort Lauderdale.
Adam says hello. Hello, everybody. You've always wanted to go down to Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah. Isn't that like near Miami? And I always wanted to go like that side.
Yeah.
Florida is such a big state. It's crazy how
it is pretty big.
Like we've gone so many times and we've only seemed to be in Central Florida. Like it's just crazy though how big it is.
We always say we're going to go down to Southern Florida or go to somewhere else, but we never end up doing that.
No. What am I doing?
No, I was just going to say, Can you see the comments?
Yeah.
Jacob just booked his second trip. If you do me a favor, just hit the like button on this. Share it out with your friends. We'll be here for about a half an hour tonight answering your questions. We're going to go over a little bit of Disney news that Connie has prepared.
30 minutes. Starting now.
If you're familiar with the podcast, 30 minutes starting now. You'll know why for that 30 minutes. That 30-minute time, what do they say? Like we have 30 minutes. We got to cram a lot of information and questions into 30 minutes.
Got it. Okay. Even though the last show was like 50 minutes.
I know, but why was the last show so long?
And you know what? It wasn't as informative as I wanted it to be. So like you were kind of, I'm not saying it was your fault, but you were like pushing me to like
move it along.
Yeah. So I figured we could do an unlocking each one of the resorts that we talked about in the last show. So if you didn't listen to the last episode, it was all about Disney's value resorts, and we sort of ranked them.
Yeah.
I say sort of because it's still a Disney resort. I mean, really, you can't go wrong. But
I gotta say hello to a couple people on YouTube first of all. Hey, YouTube.
I was looking at that camera.
Emily is over on YouTube.
Down,
Amy and Matthew. What's going on from Philly, Texas? Philly and Texas, not Philly, Texas, but Texas. Philly and Texas. What's going on, guys?
So, but I figured we could do like a separate unlocking episode for each one of those value resorts.
It's hard with me doing the podcast to really go deep into 4 or 5 different resorts in one podcast.
Thank you. It's hard with you doing the podcast. Thank you for that.
Merry
Christmas.
I mean, you could do a solo show if you want.
I'm just teasing.
I'm okay with that.
I just want everyone to realize, like what I have to go through.
It's like sometimes you do a solo show and it's like, yes, I get the week off.
Yeah.
You could just do a solo show.
Yeah.
I'll take the week off.
It wouldn't be good.
No?
No. I mean, I can admit that. That's my Christmas gift to you. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting really weird. Let's see. Fran just got back 16 days ago and we'll be back in 66 days.
I know so many people have messaged us and said that they just got back or they're going for the holidays, like November, December seems to be a hot time for people to go down there and
The
check out
weather is really good. It's not hot.
It's perfect.
It's just a really good time, especially, obviously if you're going to the parks, like it's just a welcoming and refreshing time. Although it was cold, like what some might consider cold in Central Florida in
When?
Walt Disney World not too long ago. So
yeah, Rob in our Patreon group messaged us. I think he said one time was really like 40s.
chilly. That's chilly for
Yeah.
it was, almost had to send supplies down there. But they did all right.
Some scarves and some snow gear.
Some hand warmers.
Yeah.
Audrey just wants to say she's awake.
Yay.
Hope we keep you awake.
I'm kind of awake too.
Magical water in my greetings cup. And good morning from Bruce. I'm going to give this one to you. This is from Jared. You can pronounce that one.
I have no idea.
Come on, just try it.
Not even gonna.
Can we get it phonetically?
Jared, not even gonna try, buddy.
Dubrovnik. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Dubrovnik. So cool. Where is that?
Francis, it was 40 there on our Christmas party night. Wow, that's cold.
For the Christmas party, that's kind of cool because
I guess that's true.
You can wear the scarves and really feel like you're. I don't know who associates Christmas with cold. Is it just us in New England?
I'm sure people from Florida don't. I think everybody kind of associates a little bit of Christmas with snow and Santa and the cold in the wintertime. I think that everybody does. It's just Florida people don't ever experience that.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like for me, for me it would feel more like Christmas party if it was cold, but like at the same time, is that everyone?
I don't know, because we went to the Halloween party and it was hot as heck and it didn't feel very Halloween-y. So I even associate Halloween with a little bit cooler of temperature
chill in the air.
Because it's fall, right?
Because it's scary. Because it's cold. It's scary. Sorry. Wow. I'm on a roll today.
Yes, you are.
Okay. All right. So for some, let me share that Orlando Sentinel. So Disney has purchased some property, and it's interesting because the way they talk about it is really for preservation, but this one is they just closed. It says $23 million for ranch land in Celebration.
Yeah.
Or is it south of Celebration? I'm pulling it up now, so hold on.
So they're buying land for preservation?
No. Wait.
Oh.
Let me grab it. Near Celebration.
Oh, I thought you said preservation.
It says that it says, according to the Sentinel, that they think that nothing will ever be developed, though, there. It's almost like it says Disney was primarily interested in the development for water, something about water. So
they probably just don't want anybody to move around there.
Water management needs and conservation.
Disney said, listen, we've seen what you've done with the area surrounding us.
Yeah.
And it's not that pretty.
Yeah.
So we're going to buy a ball of land around us so nobody can mess that up.
And keep it preserved.
Keep it keep it Disney related.
Yeah. Oh.
Because as soon as you get outside the Disney property, it's not so much Disney anymore.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, that was today. Which I initially got a little excited because I thought, they're going to build more. There's more parks coming. Like, how much more do you need? Right? Like, there's enough.
Well, how much more do you need? Do you need more parks?
I do need my Star Wars theme hotel.
I think something that we've talked about in the podcast before is Star Wars Hotel, which is coming. Yeah. But then like a villain's land.
Yes.
Now, would that be too scary for kids? I don't know. Who would you want as villains in there if you were going to have villain attractions?
Maleficent.
Too? Yeah, there's probably a lot of villains that you would choose, and you could really come up with some cool rides.
Boogie. Sorry. Yeah, I am weird. I'm weirdo.
That's fine.
But
my chair's a little squeaky tonight.
It is super squeaky. It's
try not to move.
Yeah, it's feeling the weight from that tongue.
That's true.
Sorry.
It probably is. All right, let's move on.
But yeah. Anyway. Another thing that happened was Storybook Dining at Artist Point is now open.
What is Storybook Dining?
So it's like an enchanted forest, right? Type up. So speaking of villains, they have.
Do you wear costumes there?
No, but
thank God.
Snow White's there.
All right.
And the Seven Dwarfs. How cool is that?
They're pretty cool.
All right. And you get an encounter with the best villain ever, the Queen, the Evil Queen.
You love the Evil Queen.
So, I really feel like that alone should make you book, right?
Yes.
This dining experience. It's another character dining experience at Artist Point. It was controversial for a time. Some people were saying we don't want believe it or not, people didn't want the change happening, or they didn't want any other character experience, surprisingly, because you would think opposite. But I had been reading a lot and people were kind of torn about it. But now that it's finally open, it looks pretty cool. It definitely looks like an enchanted forest. Like it's the one, I don't know.
You know how I feel about character dining.
I feel like this is the one character dining that I think I could get you to go because the 7 dwarfs are there.
Why would that change my mind?
Because it's just cool. Like Grumpy's there. So you could just be grumpy with Grumpy.
Is he gonna come over to me?
No.
I don't want anybody to come over to me while I'm eating.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Especially if there's Tonga toast involved. You can't come near me.
So I'm not gonna get the opportunity to eat there, you say?
I mean, you can go there. I will go there and I'll just wander around while you guys eat there.
Kelly says they have reservations for that in March. John says booked when they go back in March as well.
And you guys are quick.
Kelly and John, you guys going together? They're both going in March.
Huh. Maybe they're having a meetup without us.
They're having a meetup. Robin Allen says a Villain's Land would be so fun.
I do think a Villain's Land would be fun. I don't know if it would be too scary for little children.
I think that the Disney could do it where it's not.
Well, I don't know. That Snow White attraction in Disneyland is a little scary.
Kelly's taking that at him. Okay.
It's a little darker.
It's darker. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys should come then. When is it?
Oh my gosh, March. Actually, I think in March we're gonna be in Disneyland.
March? Yeah, March we're going to Disneyland. I
think.
Possibly.
I think.
No, we are. We're going.
Oh, we're going.
I'm going there.
I'm pretty sure.
The end of March. So if you're in Disneyland and you're going to be there at the end of March, maybe we'll say hi. We'll tap magic bands that we bring from Disney World.
We're coast to coast now. Pretty soon we'll be worldwide. We'll go to Disneyland Paris. We'll report from.
That's it.
That's it. That's all Bruce can take.
Disneyland Paris, Disney World, and Disneyland.
Okay.
That's it. Maybe a Disney cruise in the future if I forget about the last one. I'll have to forget about the last one first.
You know, the Disney Channel, I forget which stars were on this commercial the other day, but they were talking about their recent experience on a Disney cruise and how many, and they couldn't wait to go back. And I was just looking at the commercial and I was realizing how much fun it really was, but how nerve-wracking the whole experience.
And then I don't take advice that well.
It's the honest show.
So I think that we would have to go back and experience it again, having experienced it already. So then we could learn what we liked and didn't like. And that was an expensive learning experience. Let me tell you that much.
I didn't find it that expensive because, you know.
So go back again. I think if we went back a second time, we would be like, all right, this is what we enjoyed last time. We would do more of that. This is what we didn't like. We would avoid that. I think your second cruise would be better than the first.
I agree. Only because that's the type of people we are. Like we enjoy watching a movie the second time around. Like I appreciate a film. I mean, there's some films that I can only watch once because it's just not meh. And I can name a few, but it won't bump anybody out. But the second time around, I can really just like soak it in. Like the first time, you're just so intense. Like you don't want to miss anything. And you're kind of just.
The one piece of advice that someone said to me, not even advice, like one thing I've learned.
Okay. Nikki's here.
Hey, Nikki. The one thing that I learned on the cruise that is going to change my entire cruise experience on Disney the next time I go or whenever I go in the future is request your own table at dinner. Like that one little piece of advice is going to change my whole cruise experience.
You were really intimidated by that.
I'm not intimidated by it. What does that mean?
You were like apprehensive the whole day. Oh, we gotta sit dinner.
Yeah, I didn't.
These people.
I don't mind small talking with people. Like if we met, I can small talk with you. But I don't like sitting down, having dinner. It's like an intimate experience for me to have with strangers.
Except for Tonga toast.
Even that, like, I don't know. How well do I know you?
You don't want like the I feel you. It's
like that's why we'll have a Tonga toast meetup like before or after the Tonga toast.
Got it.
Or maybe we'll eat the Tonga toast after the meetup.
Okay.
So that way I kind of know you a little bit better.
Can't tap magic bands on a cruise, Bruce.
That's fine.
That's from Nikki. But Peggy says, totally agree. As an introvert, eating with strangers is really tough. I think that's true. It's like that extra level of like awkwardness when you're eating.
Yeah, it's just like eating is like I want to sit down with my family and eat and be comfortable.
You want to be able to burp when you need to.
Not only that, but like talk about what we want to talk about or feel comfortable when you eat.
All right, but that said, you guys, if you go with kids, that happen to be better behaved when they're near people they don't know,
For sure.
I highly recommend not getting your own table because our kids were angels.
Well, maybe we'll have them sit with strangers and we'll get our own two-person table.
Angels. It was like they were so proper. They had the napkin on their laps. Like I didn't know who they were for a little bit.
Yeah.
They were wonderful. So that being said, I enjoyed my dining.
Yeah, but you're not.
Yeah, no.
Abby, Sydney says eating with strangers is awkward.
Yeah.
It's
That's
super
the thing.
awkward. Like
Yeah.
doing anything with strangers is kind of awkward to me.
Yes.
It's like walking.
Mm-hmm.
Anything other than that with strangers is awkward.
Is awkward. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Even people like we meet people that come to the live show or we've known from the podcast who have sent us an email or a message. Even I feel like I know them a little bit.
Right. It's different.
You know?
Someone that doesn't know who you are whatsoever will never listen to your podcast.
No.
Because they don't know maybe what a podcast is. I don't know.
I mean, who doesn't know what a podcast is nowadays?
Yes. Some people.
I want to meet you.
Don't
if
judge.
You don't.
Don't judge.
Listen.
We talked about Disneyland earlier, and I was really excited about this because there's a new, it's called, Tropical Hideaway, it's called, at Disneyland.
That's fun to
It's
say.
going to be in Adventureland, and it has a design, it's a exotic marketplace, the go-to destination for extraordinary eats from all corners of the world.
Huh.
Looks
Do they
cool,
have
doesn't it?
pineapple Dole Whips?
It says you can be nearby the pineapple Dole Whips, but it doesn't have, as of now, pineapple Dole Whips.
That's boring.
Travelers can reach the Tropical Highway across its main bridge through Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room or along Skipper's Walk, a pathway leading from the Jungle Cruise loading dock. So it's like that tropical Polynesian almost feel, but it's Adventureland. It's really cute online. They have pictures that...
This is in Disneyland?
This is Disneyland.
Okay.
Looks cute.
Which we're gonna visit. I can't wait to go back. I feel like we haven't been to Disneyland in like 5 years, but it was really literally last year.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to go back. I love that little place.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give you the heads up. Oh, I lost my notes.
Even though as much as I love Disney World, I love Disneyland.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go back on D23 while you go to D23, and I'm just gonna go to Disneyland.
Okay.
Right?
Sounds good.
You keep saying that.
In Epcot at the candlelight processional.
Yeah.
And what was cool was the material, but I also want to give a little bit of my personality. I'm paraphrasing here, but I thought that was cool. He seemed way more down to earth. I feel like Walt Disney World is John Stamos's element. Other than being on Full House.
I know you talked about him before about it being a little bit awkward.
He was in a few other shows promoting, I think, Full House. And it was like, there was some comments thrown around that was a little more awkward than I'm used to from Uncle Jesse. So I was kind of taken back. And, but seeing him on this interview and just seeing him there, we didn't get to see him, but Rick got to see him. But I got to see some of the video. I thought it was really cute. He brought his little son with him and his wife.
Who?
His wife and his new son.
Oh, you said little son like he was like walking around. How old is he?
He's little.
Oh, all right.
Really cute, and it was really fun to see them create these memories for their family, but also give to everyone that was there. It was neat to see him. And the write-up that was on the blog, it was cool. I'll pull it up right now.
Oh, you gonna read it?
No. I'm not gonna read it word for word, but it was cool. This is from Charles.
All right, let me say hi to a couple people. Rob stopped by. Thanks, Rob, for stopping in. And Dan is here as well.
Hi.
What's going on?
Okay.
Go ahead. Back to you.
Sorry. This is written from Charles. He's the public relations manager at Walt Disney World, but he also contributes to the Disney Parks blog. And he says, there are Disney fans and then there are Disney fanatics. Someone who buys the original Disneyland sign probably falls into the second category. That's John Stamos.
Well, somebody shared that with us. I don't know if it was on Facebook or if it was on Twitter or it must have been on one of those platforms. And it's if you can probably Google it. And there's an overview of John Stamos's house, and you can see the original Disneyland sign in the backyard. I mean, at the time of the photo, I don't know if it's still there now, but that's pretty funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if you buy why would you buy the original Disneyland sign and then just plunk it in your backyard against the wall?
It's not plunked against the wall. It was like part of his yard.
It was plunked against the wall in that photo.
Oh, well, maybe that was just a photo and they were moving it, but it was pretty cool. And I definitely agree. A Disney fanatic to buy that. It's a pretty amazing piece of.
Imagine putting that in your backyard and like lighting it up.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Your neighbors would love you.
My neighbors would be, thrilled.
Oh boy.
Thought that was funny though. But so he was there. It was really cool. And so I'm back to loving John Stamos again. That was my whole point of this.
So you flip-flopped and you flop back?
I'm flopping back. I'm sorry, John, forever doubting you and having a moment of just, it was confused feelings. If that.
I always have confused feelings.
It's torn.
Whether John Stamos is involved or not.
Disney, keep it. Yeah.
So you like John Stamos as long as he keeps it Disney. As long as he keeps it Disney proper.
Disney proper. Keep it Disney proper. Don't stray too far away from Uncle Jesse because it just I get sad.
I just want to say thanks to everybody. I don't know if anybody who's watching this went and left a review, but after we talked about the last podcast, a lot of people went and left some iTunes reviews for us, which helped us out, which was awesome.
There was a lot on there.
I mean, there was like 10 or 15 reviews in the last week, which is cool. But if you guys want to go leave a review on iTunes, we'll give you a shout out on the podcast. Sometimes it takes a couple of days though. So if you do leave a review,
load in like the review, yeah.
So if you leave a review and we don't give you a shout out, it'll pop up and populate, and we'll do it on the next podcast.
Have patience.
But I just wanted to say thanks to everybody who did do that because that was awesome.
It was awesome.
And there was a lot of good reviews and good comments in there.
It was awesome because Bruce read every single one of them, and it was pretty awesome. You got your reading in.
I did.
You know,
I love like the iTunes is the one place where I will read. No matter how long it is, I will read it. Emails, not so much.
Challenge.
I mean, no. Don't go leave like a ton of.
Wait a minute. What are you saying here?
A lot of paragraphs over there.
Nikki changed her vacation dates. I'd rather pay $24 out of Philly than $115 out of Trenton. Hope I don't freeze all week.
What'd she change her dates from what to what?
Let's just see.
Sarah says, hi, I caught your, first time I caught your live. You're from Colorado. Listen to your show and can't wait to take my son to Disney. He's never been either Disneyland or Disney World, so he's very excited to introduce him to the magic of Disney parks. That's awesome. Where are you taking him, to Disney World or Disneyland?
I think just don't put too much pressure on yourself and just remember to enjoy and appreciate the little moments if you're looking for that Disney magic. If you want to do it the unlocking the magic way, plan, but don't plan.
No, plan a little.
Plan.
But wing it.
Yeah,
sometimes like
plan.
Weren't we just watching? I think the kids were just watching a movie, and Dory's like, I don't plan anything.
No, you definitely need to have a plan.
Oh, you do?
Yes. But if everything goes wrong, you're still in Walt Disney World.
I don't plan anything.
Yeah, we know.
I wing everything.
Dan is here.
What's up, Dan?
He says, sorry, Connie, Uncle Joey was better than Uncle Jesse. I mean, Uncle Joey did do all those characters.
Now, was Uncle Joey better? Is he saying Uncle Joey's better in real life or
it could be
on the show?
It could be. But he did an incredible Tasmanian devil accent and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, Uncle Joey was pretty impressive. Hey, Paul. Paul's here.
Paul.
Now, back to this week's podcast. We rated
our
version, not our version. We rated the moderate resorts. I kind of want to know, you folks watching this at home right now, how would you rate the moderate resorts? 1 through 5. 1 being your favorite, 5 being your less than favorite.
Okay.
Because we were talking about this on the podcast, and we kind of almost had the same list.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're a little bit similar, but I want to see how everybody else. You don't even have to put all 1 through 5 if you don't, but like if you had to choose one value resort to go visit, what would be like your top 1 or 2? We planned pretty meticulously. Our winging it is seeing we have time in between fast passes or reservations and seeing wait times for attractions or characters. Hey,
you know what? There's nothing. Planning is half the fun, and planning from home is the best. I feel like it's just adds to the anticipation of your trip. I love planning. Like plan every detail. Look at all the videos you can look at. Watch the Disney movies. Really get into the Disney spirit. But once you're there, try to remember that it's the moments that you're creating together, and it could be like the littlest, most simple moments that really. All
I know is when I'm in the parks, the people I see argue the most are the ones that have the checklists and they're planning and they're all arguing with each other.
They're stressed out.
Yeah, and they're running behind.
Nothing's going right.
Yeah.
So it's like
that's it. And then you see people just kind of wandering around the park, looking around. They look like they're having the best time of their lives.
Yeah. Well, I think those are the people that did have a plan, but then they realize that, you know what, sometimes things go wrong, or you know what, my family doesn't do well walking 10 miles a day, and it is what it is.
And every family's different.
Yeah. Okay. So we were talking about the value resorts, right?
I think so.
Which I almost forgot. There's so many of the all-star resorts. I almost, when we were recording the show, you had to remind me about the all-star movies.
Right.
Listed online. I mean, it's listed online. I feel like it's hard to choose. So for me anyway, it's more about like customizing it for your type of style, like your family choices.
I don't think you can go wrong with any of the value ones. I feel like they're all pretty.
I don't think you can go wrong.
I don't think the theming is different because they are themed differently, but the overall presence of the resorts are kind of the same.
Yeah, I mean, right. I
You know,
mean,
same
that's the
layout,
safe
same kind of
category.
building, same
course.
layout.
Right, but that's no fun. Like, you don't want to think of it as like, oh, they're all the same. Let me just pick one.
Well, what if I do? What if I
that's
want to
fun.
think of them all the same? Then I can just pick one.
That's
I'll
not
be
fun. How do you
surprised.
match? How do you coordinate your outfits?
I don't.
What do you do?
I wear the same thing every time. What are you talking about?
How do you wear your team player jerseys and go to All-Star Sports and create the most epic family photo?
Next.
Or do like Irving? Okay.
Next, I'm not doing that. I guess, well, that's not that bad, I guess, compared to your other ideas of wearing
like the
costumes.
70s one at the Pop Star.
Yeah, that's
the Pop Star.
That's a little,
I just renamed a resort.
that's a little bit out there.
Okay.
So a lot of people say Pop Century. What was your top one?
Pop Century.
Yeah.
Or Pop Stars.
Pop Stars. Pop Star movies. You don't know that one?
It's a whole new
You've
category.
never been there? Wow.
Yep. I just like the vibe there. It's just like a party atmosphere, and I feel like you can't be in a bad mood when you're at the pub.
I feel like you can't. It's very hard to be in a bad mood when you're at Disney in general.
No, I know. But
Sometimes you can be overtired.
Yeah.
Right? From planning.
Yep. What?
That was a joke. You didn't get it.
No, it like registered a minute later.
But I feel like for the most part, they make it pretty easy to be in a good mood and happy. So.
Well, I dig it.
Yeah, I do too. Mine was Art of Animation. We did a tour of Art of Animation. We put a YouTube video out there of that.
Oh, you keep saying that, and I don't think it's the greatest video.
I'm gonna go delete it after this is over.
Oh my god!
But I enjoyed the Art of Animation. I loved walking around. I think they did a tremendous job of the theming in each separate area and really being immersed in that theming. And I enjoyed that one the most.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I agree that I enjoyed it. I don't agree that I enjoyed it the most, only because
you like nostalgic things.
Thank you. Yes.
So even though the value resorts are being refurbished, they still have that 80s, 90s nostalgic feeling to them, which you love.
Yeah.
Like we talked about on the podcast with like the All-Star Sports with the wooden tennis rackets that they have and like the Mighty Ducks.
So fun.
You know, that's like from your childhood. You remember that.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Don't ever change it. Yeah, they refurbished the rooms, and not a lot of people were loving the simplicity of them, but like minimal is chic.
What's your favorite room? Like when you say they're too simple, what are you looking for in a room?
Pizzazz. More I don't know. I like it. I'm just throwing words out there. I'm throwing fancy words like I know what I'm talking about.
Pizzazz.
The key is to throw fancy words and just say it with confidence so that you act that looks like you know what you're talking about, but you really don't.
Oh boy.
I don't know. No, I just feel like they were a little bit more sleek and modern than I think.
Well,
I liked.
I mean, we stayed at the not the yacht club, but the other one, the beach club, and that room wasn't super overdone.
I feel like the beach club reminded me, and I don't know if you guys have stayed at both before, but the beach club rooms reminded me a lot of the Swan and Dolphin rooms. When we stayed at
I like the Swan and Dolphin rooms though.
No. Oh, you didn't like the beach club rooms?
I thought the Swan and Dolphin. Hold on a second. The Swan and Dolphin room for me fit the Swan and Dolphin.
Okay.
The beach club rooms didn't fit, and I don't mean like the theming, but like you think of the beach club as a very expensive resort, right? It's a deluxe resort, and I didn't feel like the room was deluxe to me.
Really?
Whereas I didn't expect a deluxe resort from the Swan and Dolphin, and I got my expectations met.
It was like a deluxe.
It was very comfortable, but like you said, it was very simple, very sleek and elegant, but simple.
Okay.
And the beach club was like the same, but I'm like, this is a deluxe resort. Like, where's the mini fridge? Where's all the excitement happening here?
Okay. You wanted sand bottom.
Yes, I wanted like sand in my tub.
You sand in your tub.
right?
It's a little
A fish tank on my wall. I could just take a look at.
Okay.
You know, I wanted a little bit more excitement in there.
I don't disagree with you, but I also don't agree with you. I'm kind of meh in the middle.
You were meh?
I played safe. Just meh. Okay. Emily made a live. I'm psyched because she is not in our time zone, so she can never seem to make the live. So I'm psyched. Hi, Emily.
Someone on YouTube said, Emily said on YouTube, wow, strongly disagree on the uncles.
See, it's going to be a major debate.
I don't know if she strongly disagreed with you or Dan, though.
Don't worry about it. It's still going to be a major debate. We're going to have to hash out on a whole nother show.
She's going to have to clarify that because she just said, I strongly disagree on the uncles.
Okay.
She could not be wanting to hurt anybody's feelings.
That's fine. That's the way we do it here anyway, right?
We try not to hurt anybody's feelings?
Yes. Right?
I try not to, I guess.
Okay.
I try not to hurt anybody's feelings, except for my own.
Yeah, I know.
When I try to read those reviews out loud, hurts my feelings a little bit.
Kelly just did the pop. She loved it. Did you already say that? Sorry.
No, I don't think I did.
Shane says, so excited this Friday, 4 days, 4 parks, and Keys to the Kingdom tour.
What?
As well as Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Shane, I am totally jealous.
Someone said something about replying to Robin.
We missed the party this year, the Christmas party, and I'm so bummed. We missed it by 1 day.
I know. I really wanted to go to that as well. Yeah, if you're looking for strollers, Kingdom Strollers, check them out. They let you use the stroller the whole time you're at the park. Not just at the parks, but at your resort too. They're pretty
good
cool.
People. They're good guys.
That's
they're
hard-working dude, man. Sorry to that. Matt from Kingdom Strollers. I don't want to make this a plug for Kingdom Strollers, but I know Matt, and he literally started it out of his kitchen, like washing old strollers and then renting them out.
Like he had to start from somewhere.
Yeah,
and he's got such a humble start.
He started fixing strollers and renting them out, dropping them off himself, and now they just moved into this whole big warehouse. It's actually a pretty cool story.
Now they're luxury rollers.
Yeah, now he's like
they're rolling.
I'm pretty sure he lives in a mansion. He drives a Rolls Royce. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't do anything. But it is a cool story.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Living in a mansion and having a Rolls Royce?
Yeah, man.
Of course not.
Okay. It's 1 a.m., Emily says.
It is already? Oh.
Where she is, it's 1 a.m.
That's dedication right there.
Thank you, Emily. That's awesome.
I know.
That's just...
We should start the show a little bit earlier.
You know what? We were talking about this today, and we're finding that in the New England time zone, like it's so hard because the clocks change and it gets dark here at like 2 o'clock. I'm just kidding. It's like 4, but it feels like bedtime by 5.
It does. 8 o'clock feels so late.
So late for us. So it's a little tough. And then once we get into the spring, it's like we're human again. I feel like we need to, like, this is where we hibernate.
Yeah.
It's cold.
In the summertime, 8 o'clock, like you just start to eat dinner. We ate dinner 7 hours ago.
Yeah. It's way past my
Lisa says she's here. Hi from Chicago. Finally got to hear and watch the live show. Thank you. She says she doesn't say any of that. Actually, she says she loves the show.
Oh.
Thank you so much. So
John says beach club rooms are more laid back, yacht club more formal. Like I found that with the yacht club itself, way more formal. Like I think if I were to do a would you rather, I think I would stay at the yacht club mainly because it had that level of elegance. It's like that woodworking that I like, that New England. Even though we're from New England, it's like a fancy.
It's like dinner and breakfast.
It's a fancy New England that we don't get to experience. So
are you trying to say we're not fancy?
We're not fancy.
We're not fancy New Englanders here?
No.
I agree. Next time we go back, if we had to choose between the yacht club and the beach club, I would choose the Polynesian.
You're really stuck on that. Bruce hasn't stayed at the Polynesian. Help Bruce stay at the Polynesian. He hasn't stayed at the Polynesian in a few years, and I think he's feeling homesick.
I just feel like we chose the beach club or the yacht club or any other place. And I'm like, you know what? It's great to experience other resorts. But for me, as you can tell, if I find one I like, I just want to go back there.
Yeah. I think you're homesick. I think you just need one more stay at the Poly to get it out of your system. And then you can move back on. Like we can go back on track of like trying the other resorts. Or
I could not.
And you can just
keep going back there. We
could stay at different resorts. We could do a split stay, but it's actually like the marriage split. Like it's a split stay.
I never leave.
You go to Poly.
I asked the next people moving into that room, hey, can I just stay here for a couple more days? Would you mind?
You get your own room.
I'm pretty neat. Like I won't make that much of a mess. I don't need that much space. I'll buy you guys Tonga toast. Can I just hang out with you guys here?
Okay.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
We don't have to eat together because that's awkward to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's true.
Sydney says it's because you want the Tonga.
I do want the Tonga.
You know, like I said, I think you're just homesick. Just waking up at the Poly and just experiencing that. We haven't done that in a few years. And it's surprising like how many. I think that's, you know what? That makes a lot of sense because now I'm kind of thinking out loud, but we just did an episode with we were DVC resale and how people choose to be in DVC, and most people want to buy into what they call a home resort and like what resort they love the most.
Yeah.
Some people just buy the cheapest one because then whatever. But I really feel like that. I feel like once you find that place that feels like home to you, it's really hard to move away from it.
It is. And
it's going to be like that vacation that you had that you just remember so well and everything just went.
No, I don't want to recreate anything. I just feel comfortable there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the whole thing about doing it multiple times that we've been there so much and I just feel comfortable like I'm at home there.
Yeah. But I think that you definitely find that resort, like the resort that speaks to you a lot of times.
And sometimes it takes some searching.
Take some soul searching.
Or resort hopping.
Pool
hopping into other resorts. Who said that? Someone say that to me. Did we talk about that on that podcast?
No pool hopping.
You can't pool hop? I'm going to say, I said, I'm going to say that you told me I could. I think we did say that on the podcast.
Awesome. Okay. Robbie Bottom says, Poly is the only monorail resort he's never stayed at.
Robert, what is wrong?
What can we do?
I think he stays at the Floridian though.
Let's get Robert to the Poly.
Saying like it's the only resort on the monorail loop that I've never stayed at, I don't really feel that bad for you.
That's true.
Because that means you've stayed at the Contemporary, you've stayed at the Floridian, which
true.
are really nice resorts of themselves as well.
That is also true. Jacob says, is that what's meant by a home resort with DVC? Joking.
What?
Home resort. You guys must buy Poly DVC from Dan. Yes. I think it's just so darn expensive.
I know.
It's like add the one.
Carry the two.
And we're very non-committal.
$4 million.
We don't like committing to anything. We barely like committing to
I feel like I'm gonna buy a Disney Polynesian and then maybe like they're gonna open a new resort that's gonna be like the Polynesian but better.
I don't think so.
Or we'll move there and we'll be like, let me get these DVC things. We live here now.
Heck, it was your idea.
I know.
Got that guy on the show.
Told me to buy it. It would be a good investment.
I think that is Bruce's goal anyways, to live there.
I definitely want to live somewhere other than this cold place.
I feel like with or without me, you're going.
I mean, maybe.
It's fine.
You're either with me or you're not with me there, kiddo.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's 8:40 already.
It's 8:40.
It is. Guys, we're going to wrap it there for tonight because it's late. It's cold out here.
It's past our bedtime.
But we want to say thank you so much. This will probably be our last show before the holidays. We probably won't be back until...
If you're a DV...
Add more?
Not DVC. D23 Gold member. They have these tours.
I guess the show is not over yet.
No, it can be over.
John says, but I just got here.
Oh, John. Sorry.
We'll be doing more live shows inside of our Patreon group. We just won't be doing any more live shows on here for now.
But official Walt Disney Studio tours will be offered monthly starting in March.
That's exciting. I'm actually excited about that. Wait, starting in March when?
This year.
Like when March though?
2019. I don't know, but you got to buy tickets still. But it looks like they're adding a few more. What's really cool is you get to see a day in the studio lot. I mean, that to me is on the bucket list for sure. I think that's more than a...
We got to do that if we go in March then.
All right. We got to be members first. We're not gold members, gold family members.
We're not?
No.
What?
Get that for Christmas.
How are we not gold family members
Gold members.
I feel like we should automatically be.
D23 gold members. So go on the D23 website if you want.
Couple things we should never have to worry about. Not being gold family members.
Yeah.
And never buying Tonga toast.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I don't want anything else except for that.
That's it for life.
Yeah.
It's like that Seinfeld episode where they get free coffee.
Yes, but he was going to give him $1 million too.
It's like, I just take the coffee.
That's going to be me. Disney's going to call us one day and be like, hey guys, I love the podcast.
One day.
Here's what we're going to do. Free Tonga toast for life. And I'll be like, sold. And they'll be like, wow, they didn't even want the free Disney passes for the rest of their life.
They didn't want the D23 gold membership for half off.
Yeah, they didn't want to come do the live shows with us.
Half off, double price. What? Anyways, I just wanted to throw that in there in case you're still looking for a holiday gift, because I think that's pretty cool. You can go become a family, and that's not a plug for anything. I just thought it was cool.
What was it?
just become a member
of D23.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to D23 and come with me to Disneyland, why Connie goes to D23.
Happening in August, by the way.
That's
You
true.
can head over there. It's a lot of fun. That's it. That's it for my.
That's gonna wrap up the show.
That's gonna wrap it up.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
So just to be clear, I don't have anything else.
Got it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check out the podcast over on iTunes and our website, unlockingthemagic.com. If you have a question, you can always shoot us a message or email us info@unlockingthemagic.com. We're probably going to do a Would You Rather show for this next upcoming episode. So if you have any Would You Rathers that you'd like us to talk about on the show, there you go.
By the way, is on the Disney Channel now.
I saw that.
They were doing a Would You Rather mountain. So they were picking like Space Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain. And I was like, what?
They stole that from us.
What?
Pretty sure we may not have invented it, but we definitely popularized it.
Right? At least I want to go to bed thinking we did.
Free Tonga toast for me forever.
All right.
I will share.
We'll wrap it up.
As long as I know you.
We're getting really silly.
It'd be awkward if I didn't.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much. Have a very happy holidays. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Whatever you celebrate. Happy that. And we'll see you guys next year.
Yeah.
Right?
See you guys.
I'm sure you'll hear us on the podcast, but we'll see you next year.
Yes.
All right. See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
See you Facebook. And
done.
Bye over on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I didn't really know where to look.
I'm pretty sure I looked at the wrong camera. So I apologize for that. But at least at least you got to join us.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next year.
Or at least we got to hear from you.
I ended it.